I could really be the first black WWE champion.
Wow.
I'm then sitting in the skybox and he wins the belt. And I think it'd be Daniel Bryan or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching it and I got hot.
That's real.
This Kofi Kingston guy. What the hell? Roderick Strong taught me that professional wrestling is the only job sport in the world where you can suck and have an ego. Everything has a vetting process.
Yeah.
Football, at least in America, like NFL football, you got Pop Warner, Pee Wee, then you got interscholastic, high school, then you got collegiate, and then you have a draft. Same thing with the NBA. Even the military has a draft. Like, there is a vetting process there's a hierarchy, there's a process. And pro wrestling is the only thing where favor can determine your success.
Mm-hmm.
I never really had an appreciation for the fans until now. I didn't realize how invested. I forgot what it was like to be a fan. Yeah, when I hopped that barricade, I got so indoctrinated, and this is a business. Like, your dreams don't matter. People need to get over. When you're on this side of the barricade,
right,
you can dream and you can want anything you want because that's what the company's selling you. They're selling you hopes and dreams and wishes. The tagline is to put a smile on everybody's face. Like, that's what WWE, and I can only speak to WWE. I haven't worked for anywhere else. They are selling you on something. When you decide you want to work for a WWE, an AEW, a TNA, a TV company, it becomes business. You're on TV. Nobody cares about your dreams. As Adam Pearce said, hurt feelings be damned. We are here to get over and to make money. I don't care about what you think you are, what you want to be. This is my show, and I need you to fit this role. And pro wrestling needs a complete overhaul in how it's being taught, because people complain so much about wanting pro wrestling. Even the fans, from the fans to the talent, they want professional wrestling to kind of stay. All of us are marks.
To some degree.
Yeah. Scott Hall used to tell us all the time, I'm a mark too, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be getting dressed up and going out to music in the ring if I wasn't a mark, right? Like, we're all marks. And we all are, as a mark, we are all susceptible to our own personal bias. As a human, we are all susceptible to bias, personal bias, confirmation bias. And there's things that we want because they make us comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
They make us feel warm inside. They make us feel safe. Undertaker's got to retire. The streak can't last forever. Roman Reigns has got to lose the belt. Things change. And if professional wrestling wants to continue to evolve, it must change. Kayfabe is officially dead. And I hate it. I hate to admit that. Tough Enough Patrick would be rolling in his grave right now to hear me say that. Kayfabe's what? But you have to roll with the punches. I think people have a respect for professional wrestling now and see it as an art.
Yeah.
A skill, a talent. It's just like wrestling's got a respect now. But it's like I tell people too, I'm all over the place, right? I tell talent, again, these are all things that I've learned. I've gone through the trial and error at this point. You can't expect people to care as much as you do. That's what makes you a mark. You can't get upset because someone doesn't love the business, doesn't care about the business, does not respect the business with the same level of passion and energy that you do. And you can't take it personally, because when you do, it negatively affects your life.
That's a good point. Like, wrestling, I think anybody who's really in the business, like when we're saying in the business, like, you are making a living at wrestling and making wrestling a living.
Yeah.
There comes a point where it breaks you.
Oh yeah.
And you want to quit, and you don't, and you keep going. Like they say, abusive relationship. Where it changed for me was I stopped taking it personally.
Yes.
And that opened up the world to me. I could have fun again. It's not an assault on me.
You could do good business.
There it is.
You can't do business when it's that personal to you.
Yeah.
Because you know, business is not the priority. You have your own ulterior motives. Drop your ego, leave it at the door. You have to accept that as a mark, you have your own ulterior motives.
Yeah.
That moment for me happened. The WrestleMania, Kofi Kingston won the title.
Okay.
I was sitting in this, so we were in catering. WrestleMania catering is amazing, right?
Right. Forget about it.
We're in catering, and Kofi Kingston, amazing human being.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
He, again, who would have known he would have won the belt now, right? He's got his kids, his wife, I believe his mother and grandmother, and maybe his grandfather with him. You know, it's a big night. He comes to catering, introduces them to everyone, you know, and goes ahead and I'm sitting in the skybox, and he wins the belt. And I think it'd be Daniel Bryan or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching it, and I got hot because my own ulterior motives, you know.
Yeah.
The Rock's not 100% black. He's half Samoan. I could really be the first black WWE champion.
Wow. How about that?
I could, and
That's real.
this Kofi Kingston guy, what the hell? This same freaking Kofi Kingston guy that had the balls to introduce me to his family earlier and be one of the sweetest humans in the world. And it broke. That was a break in my reality. And
wow.
all in that moment, sitting in that skybox, I felt that wave of emotion. I went from anger to shock to anger because, you know, now I've got to pivot my own, you know, my own motive,
fantasy.
my own fantasy. I got to pivot my fantasy. And then back to calm because I was like, this is silly. Professional wrestling is fake.
Thank you for sharing that. That's a real moment. That's a real moment, like, where you're confronted with your own ego.
Yep.
It's literally yanked out your body, and you're looking at it. And
I was just like, is this who you really want to be?
mm-hmm.
You want to be a hater? This guy's cool. He's never done anything to you. Be happy for him. This is your coworker. Enjoy his success with him. Don't bring negative energy into the workplace like that. If you really care about professional wrestling the way you say you do, if that kid is still inside you that loves the business, you can be happy when good things happen in the business. That's why I have peace. Like I said, the fumbling and all these different things, that used to hurt me, but I've got peace. If I die today, I still got my action figures. I still got my t-shirt. I got my gear. It happened. There are real people in the world that will be living when I'm dead and gone that will remember me because of what I was able to give of myself artistically and professionally in professional wrestling. Because everybody's not going to be Roman Reigns. Everybody can't be the pot roast, you know, in the stew. Some people got to be carrots. Some people got to be potatoes. Some people got to be onions. Some people got to be the stew. You got to take, you know, what you're given and know what you bring to the table. And, you know, no matter the task, big or small, you do it well or you don't do it at all. You give yourself fully to it, you commit to it, and you try to make it the best thing that it can be. But again, you have to drop that ego and realize that that is your job. That is the business we're in. Because if you don't do that, being the first black WWE champion is going to have you hating on a coworker. So,
hey, you jabronis. Hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and podcast. And check us out on social media at Timmy Baltimore. This has been LiMPiN AiNT Easy. It's wrestling as real as it gets.